Hello everybody and welcome back to AllodsOnline. We're just doing a quick little update here. There's a lot of stuff that's just recently changed in the game, and I just wanted to throw together a little bit of a video to show some of the new stuff that's come up and come out for the game, as well as some of the changes that have been made. So here we go. We may jump around a little bit during this video just to cut things down for time and try to keep it as brief as possible, but there are quite a few changes. So first of all, you may notice that compared to some of my other videos, there's a lot of people here. And that is because the North American and European servers are now all merged together, and the game is no longer being managed by gpotato. It is gone, and it is now being managed by mail.ru, and they have some sort of online service they call my.com or something like that. Anyways, Mail.ru is the Russian company that is actually the owners of the developers. So it's pretty much being run by the developers now. And so they've merged the European servers and the North American servers all together and then ported everything over to their new servers. So we're all one big, happy international family now. Anyways, so the level cap has been raised to 60 instead of 55 now. There's a whole bunch new areas that have been added to the game, and all kinds of stuff changed. You might notice that Novigrad is now, at least if you're on the League side, Novigrad is at the top of the teleport list, and there's a bunch new places. I've gone through and actually completed all of the new game content as far as questing and stuff goes. I haven't done any of the new instances, but let's see. There are new areas, of course, for leveling up. There is a bit of a problem with some of the new stuff, though. One that is going to be the most apparent for people that are leveling up from high levels is if you have not completed all of the stuff from the Pearl Ring and Erdrick areas, which are what the questing areas that get you up to level 55, do that stuff first. Don't come out and try to do the new stuff until after you've done all that, because there's 5 new levels from the level cap, going from 55 to 60, and the experience gain that you get out of doing all of the quests in the new areas is roughly 2.5 levels worth of XP. So it's not enough to get you all the way from 55 to 60 completely. So you want to finish off anything else that you can in order to get yourself the maximum amount of XP before you come out to the new areas. Some of the other changes they've made is now Astral is, let's see, where's my Astral map? Now there's only 2 sectors of Astral, so the videos I've done before with the Astral and, you know, doing Astral runs and all of that is completely, like, it doesn't matter anymore. None of that applies. So they have Sector 1, which is basically nothing. There's nothing here. And then there's Sector 2, which is basically all of your Astral now, and it's actually based off some of the Allods that you'll go to during some of the quests in the new area here. This new area is Umoyer. I think that's how you pronounce it anyways. So yeah, I don't know what they did with all of the other Astral. I mean, there were tons and tons of Allods and things like that that just simply aren't there anymore. And I'm wondering if we're going to see them come back later on after being possibly, you know, upscaled and changed a little bit to be better, or what. But so new Astral, you have to be level 60 to do Astral, and Astral Gear is a little different as well. Once you hit level 60, you get access to this place called the Wellbell Preserve. Excuse me there, got a little tickle in my throat. This is where you're going to get your base gear in order to improve it via Astral runs. And basically, there's no other way of putting this other than to say this is a farming area. So you're going to be doing quests and things out here, and what you want to do is kill some of the random mobs that are everywhere and respawn incredibly quickly. Let's see if I can just grab one here. Hey, you. Ah, crap. No, I really didn't want all your friends to. Was there a get away quickly key? Alright, let's try this again. So what you gotta do is you come out here and you farm these guys basically. And they're pretty tough. I mean, all the mobs here are level 60. And this is actually the easy stuff. There's a whole new area here. And there's different, like, anomalies that pop up and they change the way that guys act and stuff. So this area is pretty interesting. And this is also where you're going to be going to get glyphs and things. You farm glyphs here as well. I might speed this up a little bit because these guys take a while to fight because they're tough. And here we go. Dead. Alright. Now what we get out of that is, well, I killed another guy too, so I think I got like this, and then some of this stuff here. And uncommon loot you can use to get upgrading things, but basically you just keep farming until you get the right weapon or armor or whatever it is you're after for the stats you're going for. This one is for proficiency, and those of you that have played before might be going, what the heck is proficiency? Well, that leads me to another point that they've done. Stats have been completely changed. You no longer have expertise and perception and all of that stuff. It's been changed to these stats here. They serve a similar function for the most part, but not completely. Let's see, you have anger and tenacity kind of function like the let's see, the wounds and things from before, whereas the more wounds you give somebody, the harder it is for them to heal. And tenacity is your ability to resist that. Brutality is the amount of damage that you do to an injured opponent, be it a mob or a player. So the more health that your opponent has lost, the more damage or more healing that you will do to them based on this. Determination is kind of the reverse. The more you get hit, the more damage that you deal. Proficiency is just an all-around damage increase. However, it's not as effective as these. So these you have to build up over time. So brutality, of course, is more effective when they're lower on health. Determination is more effective when you charge up. That's what this extra meter here is for. The more you get hit, the more this fills up, and the more damage you'll deal that way. Proficiency is just a base increase. Vitality is your hit points. Willpower is, so far to me, it seems like it's probably the dumbest of all of these stats. Depending on how much HP you lose, it will grant you a very, very, very small amount of immunity for a few seconds. It's really bizarre, but it doesn't seem like it's particularly effective. And then last here, Bloodlust is something I've actually kind of been hoping that they would put into the game for quite a while now. That is a passive healing factor based on the amount of damage that you do. So the more Bloodlust you have, the more damage that you leech back in health. So for somebody that plays a tank, it's pretty sweet. Depending on the weapons and armor that you get from this place, the Wellbell Preserve here, they will affect different amounts of these stats here, and then you would proceed to go to Astral to level up those weapons and gear. Leveling up is quite slow, though, compared to what it used to be. I mean, it wasn't particularly fast before, now it's really slow. Anyways, let's take a look at some of the other goodies, and probably one of the biggest of all of them we'll get to next. Alright, now here is one of the biggest changes for the game with this new patch, other than like the level cap increase and the changing of the Astral and all that. I mean, those are all pretty big too. But meet the Mechanic, or the Engineer class as its archetype. This is a new class that is available for the Canians or the Zataganians, so the human type races on either side of the factions. And it's, well, kind of what you would expect. It is a kind of machine gadgeteering kind of class. Let's go out and show you some of the stuff that it can do. Now this is one of the lower level areas for the League. I have not put a whole lot of time into this character yet, so she's not a super high level. But first off, you're going to have the ability to shoot things. This is a more or less ranged class. And it's kind of got this weird temperature gauge. You can either go into the positive or into the negative, and your shots and things will adjust. Some will increase the temperature, some will cool the temperature, and you can see this is just kind of going up and down and up and down. And one great example of this is this particular skill. You're going to love this. Say hello to my flamethrower, which you can see the temperature kind of keeps going up there. It'll just keep going up until it hits a certain limit, and then it'll turn itself off. And of course, what good would I be as a gadget class without some more gadgets? So here is a turret. You get this from the start. Turrets have a limited number of shots that they can do. Unfortunately, as with most any of the gadgets that you get as the engineer, they kind of randomly target things. Now the turret is stationary, it'll just stay wherever you put it. There's another one that you can get very quickly later on, and that's called the Vespiary. This thing is pretty cool, and it moves around. And it's just AoE damage to anything within the range of it. And unlike the turret gets about 6 shots before it disappears. The Vespiary stays out for a certain amount of time. You can see this is just counting down. And poof, it's dead. And then they recharge pretty quickly, and you can just pop it back out again. However, unlike the turret, you can see this thing moves around, and it will randomly chase down other enemies. Which is both good and bad, because, frankly, I don't necessarily want to kill everything in this area. Later on, apparently, there is a way of getting a ruby that lets you kind of control where they go, but at lower levels, you just kind of have to push your luck. They also get things like grenades, which I guess I'll come throw at this unsuspecting squirrel over here. Here, squirrel. Grenade! Mine's kind of weak right now, so I can't even kill a squirrel with a grenade. That's actually really sad. But, yeah. So, looking at the skill tree here, just very quickly, we've got some of the shots and things right here. You've got other bits like your flamethrower, the grenades. This is a thing that does more damage if you're hitting them with alternating heating or cooling shots. Improved grenades and flamethrowers. Here's some more gadget-based things. You can get little flying things that chase them around or hit them if they're in a certain region, or traps. A lot of different stuff there. You can actually get a turret that you hop into and can shoot from, and you can use your other skills while you're in that turret mode, and they'll actually increase their damage, but it's stationary, so you can't move around. And then you've got your rubies. Here, I'm not going to go over all of these for the sake of time, but there's, your ruby grids for shots. You've got ruby grids for bombs, which I love this. It's actually in the shape of a bomb, and you start it up there. Instead of the middle, these ones you can now start up at the top. And then this is the kind of gadget tree and stuff. So it's pretty sweet. I've been enjoying the class so far, and time will tell how good it is towards endgame and such as well, and how balanced it is. So that's another good thing about having the game through the developer and such now, is because you get the newer patches that much faster. The downside, however, is you're going to end up with a lot of broken dialogues and things like that. Parts of the game that are new, when you're going through and you're doing quests and things, you'll see there's a lot of spots where the text is just sort of not there. Or in its place it'll just say 1, 2, 3 or something like that, and it kind of stinks if you like to, pay attention to the storyline. But so far it's only been on the new content that they've added, and it's not all of it. There's still quite a bit of story and stuff to it that you can piece together out of it. Anyways, guys, that's all the time I have for this video. I did want to keep it quick, and I will leave you with some of the new music that's in the game. Really cool. Allods definitely has some of the best music I've heard in any MMO. So here you go. Here's the new theme song for the game. Enjoy it.